Yo, what's up? Welcome.
Here's that for you.
Sweet, thanks.
Bye, have a good night.
Yo, what's up, press? I was gonna tell you how crazy I was. Cause it's like, I still tried playing sports. It was like, I got driven crazy by money. I got driven crazy by money and like everything I didn't have, everything I wanted to do. So listen to this. I started believing that like everything was energy and like the sun was like the greatest ball there was and I was gonna catch it. And I was gonna catch the sun by creating like a very advanced like hoop basically. And I did, I made one. It was like this woven like bramble in like a triangle. This is me like a year ago, dude. That's why all I do now is play video games, because it's just like that person is not like a person that should be in like society or whatever. So like I would do things where I was like, I build containers. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, I'm legit crazy. Like seriously. I would anything that had like a ton of importance in life, then I would say it's important to me. That's what I would basically do. Like I would say, okay, if this has that much importance like to the world, then it's important to me as well. And since it's also important to me, then that means that I can play with it. And so what I would do is like I built like super hoops, dude. I like took like a bunch of grapevines and like blackberry vines and stuff, and I wove them all together, and I created like a super net, and I had like this huge giant piece of like metal that I bent and painted gold into a gold triangle. And I like laid everything out to like catch the sun, dude. And I just figured that the only thing that money actually like represents is like this idea that life is getting away from you. And so it's always getting away from you. And so the only way to catch it is to be like perfectly balanced with life. If you can prove something to yourself, then you've done it. So like all I would do is I would work all day on like creating these crafts that was like, I would create like simple objects out of like very hard materials. Like I made an arrowhead out of obsidian, and I made a black cross. I could show you guys this stuff. I made a black cross out of obsidian, just like grinding it away all day. And it was like almost pure chance that I made it. And then I made like this, like a house. Yeah, dude. I told you I'm legit wild, bro. I got like literally, that was my reasoning. I was like, if this means that much for like, I'm surprised I got let out. I'm being honest with you. I have nightmares that I'm still there. I have nightmares like almost every night that I'm still in a facility. I just got fed up with life being like, if it was going to be competitive, then I was going to compete and I wasn't going to play anybody else's game. Like that's the basic of it, you know? Like if life is going to be competitive, then I'm going to compete, but I'm not playing it anyone else's way. I'm playing it my way. But I made cool shit though. Like even my dad told me, he's like, all that stuff you made, dude, I've been there for like 6 months. Like a prisoner. Yeah, I thought I was just gonna live there the rest of my life. No one came and saw me. It was like, dude, if you just like got snatched out of your house one day and like, but the thing is I never broke the law. So basically you can like just make everybody scared by just messing around with geometry. All I was doing was messing around with like shapes, and people just were like, he's crazy. I was just messing around with like shapes. I got taken away. But yeah, I just figured like, you know what, like screw this. If people are making money, then I'm gonna do it too. And I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna catch the ball my way. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they put me in there a couple times, like four times. They've sent me back and I've gotten out every time, because it's like I convinced the people that I'm not doing anything like legally wrong or whatever, you know? I'm not like breaking the law. I just look at the world differently. I just don't sit down and just like let people have a better life than me, basically. I'm too competitive. I can't live in a world where it's like people are like have like a better life. Like I will try to make it like zero for everybody, you know? So that's why what I was gonna say is like, my thing about sports goes even deeper. It's like, I can't just sit around and watch somebody like play baseball or football and just think like, I should have the ball. And so I would go out and I would do it in my own way. And I would like create these like advanced things. And it was like based off this idea that all of life was just geometry. Like all we are is like shapes, basically, right? And so I would just create these like very like elaborate, like sometimes sculptures and stuff like that, like creations out of like a bunch of shapes, basically. And just say like, all right, well, I'm doing as much as everyone else is now. I'm on everyone else's level. Like I reached the highest level or whatever. That's why I just play video games now, though. And I don't talk to anybody about this. I just don't want to get in trouble anymore. So I just play video games. I just go to the gym, I go here, and I eat, and I sleep, and I play video games. I'm a good driver, though. I drove a Ferrari once on a track. I got going like 230 miles an hour. And the driver told me that I was a pretty good driver. It's like the funny thing is, it's like I've always been able to perform. Yeah, I've driven. I'm a super good driver. The thing is, it's like I've always been in shape. Like the things that matter, like my own personal like well-being, like that's never been in question. You know what I mean? It's just like my thoughts about money basically is like what it all comes from. Is like I just feel like money's like the idea of the truth. It just gets away from you, and it's like the only way you can ever like satisfy the idea of money is by being like a stoic of some kind, which is to like say that you'll never have enough of it. And it's like if you understand you'll never have enough of it, then you're able to like come to terms with like how you treat everything in your life basically. And it's like everything you do matters. And it's like a simple act can create the idea of wealth, which is just the idea of freedom. Wealth is just the idea of freedom. But I mean, you know, it's like people have been put away for saying less dangerous things. Like there's a bunch of people that have like theories on money. They're all throughout history, and a lot of them go to jail. Anybody who tries to like figure out money always ends up going to prison or something. When they like start saying that it's like money's about something else, and we need to change this world. But nah, man, I could show you guys stuff that I made, dude. You guys want to see stuff that I've made? I'll do like a show and tell or something. You'd like to see the net? All right, it's like kind of like taken down right now, but I'll show you all the stuff of it. Yeah, I can send you like I could make like a Google Drive and like send you a drive with like all the stuff in it or whatever that I've made. I just figured it was like, it's just geometry, you know what I mean? And it's like, what is it that like gives any of us life? Like, it's just all geometry, basically. And so I was just like, you know what, if you just replicate this geometry on like a larger scale, then you're basically capitalizing on the function of what everyone else is doing, like what they're trying to do. It was like, there's basically in life, there's like circles and there's squares, basically. But yeah, dude, I told you I'm legitimately like psycho. But it's like I don't break the law though. Like, yo, what's up, Dontrell? And it doesn't mean that I'm not good at things. Like I can throw a football, or like I can do everything that like a normal person can. I can pass a test. I mean, I graduated from college. You know what I mean? I know how to do my hair. Like I got all the way to college and I graduated. It's like I know how to drive a car. I know how to like talk to people. I know how to whatever. Like I can do everything. I get too competitive. Like the basics of it is I get too jealous and too competitive. So I just think of ways that it's like, you know what is life anyways? How's the coffee? It's pretty good, actually. Specially made. It's pretty good though. But it's just like I just get too competitive. No, I'm the only one. I'm the only one in my family. But I'm also the only one in my family to go to Harvard and to go to NASA. So No, I'm actually I'm the second oldest. I have an older sister. I have an older sister and I have two younger brothers. So I'm the second child, but I'm the first. Oh, that's the same for you. Nice. I'm the first boy though. I'm the first son. So basically, what I was gonna tell you though, I was gonna tell you my problem with sports. No, I'm not the baby. I was the one that did all the work. I was the one that did all the work on the farm. I had to take care of the dogs, and I had to go and feed the animals and all this, clean up the coop and all this stuff, man. I was the one who always had to mow the lawn, pick up all the fruit off the ground. I had to do all the work. I had to do more work than any other kid in my family. That's easy for me to say. I was the one who did all the work all the time. But and then I had to go and do construction. I went and did construction with my dad. But yeah, dude. You too, nice, yeah. I was gonna say right before you left, when I was at the gym, I was gonna say the reason why sports get me like that is because I just get too competitive, and it's I'm not gonna let people they can play, I can play. If they can play, I can play. And so I was just you know what? I'm gonna treat the whole world as there's a natural function of everything. We're just a natural function of the world. And if that's the case, then there's something I can catch. You know what I mean? And it's all it's about is catching it and then throwing it and giving it away. So it's just I had this idea that I was gonna catch it. I would catch it and then be done with it. I also buried a bunch of things that I made. I went and hid a bunch of things in the woods. I've made a bunch of statues in the woods and made I've buried treasure in boxes and stuff like that, things that I made, jewelry and stuff like that. I've written a ton of books, and I put them in I donate them all over the place. I have books that I've written all over the place. Stuff like that, dude. I was just you know what? I'm not gonna let everyone tell me that this world's just about money. I just wasn't gonna let everyone tell me it's about money. So I went and did all my own stuff. And I just was you know what? I'm not gonna let it be about money then. And so what kind of books? I just wrote books on everything. I tried to express the most complicated ideas that you can think of. Just I would write a book, I would buy a book, and then I would literally try to write down the most complicated thing possible. I would try to create worlds, basically, just within writing. So it's what happens to the soul and where does it go? And it's well, maybe it's all just a maze of light, because it's all just light in the beginning. So how can I trap the light and make it expand and go down another pathway? And so I created these dimensions of realities that would actually, by their function, capture light and reflect it on the longest path possible through a system. And I created all these systems where it's they all connected to each other, like a universe or something. And I would literally write on that for I wrote 20 books, dude. 20 books with hundreds of pages. And, I just went and some of them are buried. I would buy a wooden chest, and I would put a bunch of books in it and go and bury it. And then I'd make a monument there of some kind. I've done a bunch of shit, dude. I've done a ton of shit. Made statues and things all over the place. But I just got sick of everything being about money, basically. And so I thought, what else can it be about? And I just tried to play with the world, is all I was trying to do. I just wasn't gonna let money be the thing that controlled me, and I wasn't gonna you know, I just figured, how else can I stay alive? Well, if everything in life is about like a shape, basically, because all we are is just shapes, I thought, well, if I can like create shapes that sort of like allow me to interact with the universe, then that's what I was gonna do. So I just did that. I did that for like 10 years, dude. I just like tried to create like very complicated shapes of things for like 10 years. It was tough. It was like gave me a headache like every day with like how hard I was like thinking. But yeah, man, that's a little bit about me. If you go back on my channel, like if anybody goes on my channel and goes back like a year, you'll see me doing stuff like that. It's like all there. It's like all there, you know? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. I'll post some pictures you guys can see in my community tab. I'll post some pictures of things. Yeah, but I just was like, you know what? I'm not gonna live like in this world. I mean, they tried to talk to me, but it was just like the same thing, like go to work and whatever. It was just like go to work, otherwise we're gonna kick you out, and like pay rent and stuff like that. Like, I just wasn't having it. I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm on my own. I just figured I was completely on my own, and it was like all I had to do was like this mathematics. All I had to do was like very complicated math, and I could like figure out the world. I like feel like I look like an extremely old man right now. But yeah, it was just like if I could do like very complicated math or whatever, then it was just like I had everything figured out. I didn't need anything else. Yeah, like it wasn't like it's different now. They like accept me kind of, but I can't. The thing is, I can't do the same stuff I did before. I can't get into that. Like, that's why I just play video games, because it's just like I can like, you know, stay out of like all trying to create all those things, like all those like magic items or whatever I was like trying to make. It was like I just have to stay away from that. And art is kind of dangerous too. Art's kind of dangerous, and so is like better safe than sorry. Yeah, so I just don't do any of it anymore. Like, I just like go to the gym, exercise, come here, grab a coffee. I don't like make a mess anywhere. It's just like I stay out of everyone's way, and I just play my video games. And I hurt nobody, you know? So, but I'll put some of those pictures, I'll post some of those pictures in like my community tab or whatever, and I'll email you some. You can see like how crazy I was. Like, I just spent 10 years I was just trying to make the most complicated things I could make. Rent free, well, I paid in other ways. It ultimately didn't end up being free, you know? There were consequences. Like, nothing's free in life, is what I'll say. Basically, like, even if you just try to live, like, without paying money, you still have to sacrifice something. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I paid with, like, spending, like, 6 months in a hospital. It's like, that's what the cost was. You know what I mean? It's like, it costs something else if you're not using money, you know? It's like there's always shows where people try to like have this idea of like coming up with something that like has free energy, but I don't think that's how the world works. It always like you always have to pay something, you know what I mean? Whether it's your time or like your blood, sweat, and tears, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was a while, dude. I like thought I was never gonna get out. I thought I was never gonna get out for sure. But yeah, You can believe me when I say that. Like, nothing's free, you know? Nothing's free, man. What would I do all day? I would make stuff. I'll send you stuff. You'll be amazed. It's like I would spend all day making things. Like I would take like very hard things and I would make them into like simple shapes. And I would take like things that you could like work with really easily and I would make like very complicated things. Like I'll show you guys. I'll post it in my community tab. The funny farm? What do you mean? Oh, when I was locked up? Like draw? Oh, in the funny farm, I gotcha. I would just draw. I would try to write things about like God. Because it was like, it's like I couldn't turn to any of my family, you know? It was just like my family, I couldn't like talk to anybody when I wanted to. I was completely on somebody else's time. So I would just like, the cheapest things, I would just say like, can I have, every day, I would go out and be like, can I have a piece of paper? And I would just either write something, probably about God, because it was like, that's the only thing that I felt like, you know, maybe had my back or whatever. Because I just felt like unjustified, like I didn't do anything wrong, you know what I mean? Like people, I didn't like, technically, like I didn't break the law, you know, or whatever. Like I didn't break the law. People would just like, didn't want me to like be free, basically. They're just like, yeah, lock them up. So I would just go like to the front desk and be like, can I have a piece of paper? Can I have a pencil? And I would just write or draw something like all day, every day. And that's actually, I think that's what got me out. Because people saw the stuff that I would like draw and they're like, okay, like he just has a very complicated mind. Because it was like, actually some of it was actually good stuff. They like kept stuff. I had people ask me if they could keep some of my stuff. Yeah, but I would always have someone, they're like, we're moving you to a different place. Like eventually in each one, after I'd been there for so long, they're like, okay, like we're moving you somewhere else because of what I would like draw and stuff like that. And they're just like, I think he just has a very complicated mind. So yeah, I wouldn't just sit there like all day or whatever, but I would just go into my room and it's like pretty cheap, you know what I mean? To get like a paper and a pencil and just like draw stuff. And it's like, everybody's pretty willing to like give you that, you know? So, but I mean, I had people like keep my stuff. It's like it was like people that worked there and like other people like in the places, they would like keep my stuff. And that's like what got me out too. Sometimes, not every time. Sometimes people would fight. People would try to like not take medicine and like it's crazy, dude. It's like a zoo. It's like trying to live in the wilderness. Like it's like complete survival there. It's like you think it's like survival here, like there it's like complete survival. You're like competing with everybody in there and it's like everybody's like out to, you don't know if someone's gonna like just punch you in the face like as they're walking by you. You know what I mean? You can't trust anybody. It's pretty bad. It's just like jail. But kind of worse, because they take people from jail and put them in there. It's like if people get kicked out of jail to go there. Or prison, they get kicked out of prison to go there. Because it's like, they can like, medicate you or whatever. So yeah. But I mean, all I would do is just like draw. It's like all I could do is just like seriously just draw, dude. All day, every day. Yeah, I've never seen it. People always tell me that. People always tell me like one flew over the cuckoo's nest, but I've never seen it. Funny enough. Sometimes the people there mess with you. Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about. Everyone tells me to watch it. I've never seen it. The people there will mess with you, like and sometimes the employees mess with you. It's terrible places, man. Terrible place. They're meant to just like hold you forever. Yeah, well, that's what it is. I've been there. I have nightmares. And I go back. Sometimes I'm afraid to go to sleep because I have nightmares that I'm back there. But yeah, I've just been like taken, like, you know what I mean? Like, come with us. And then that's the last I hear. What's across the street? Nothing, like houses. There's like houses across the street. I'm gonna go though, man. I'll post some pictures of some of my stuff that I've done. You can look at it and be like, what the hell? But I've sold some artwork, like I've done, you know what I mean? Like I've had people legitimately pay me for some of the stuff I've made, you know? So it wasn't all just like bogus. Like I've had people pay me. And if they just paid me out of pity, like that's still money in my pocket. Like happened. The building with the garage door. I think you're just seeing like that's just like a reflection. It's just reflecting like the inside of the building. There's not another building out there. It's like, because it's black outside, so the window is like reflecting the light inside here. That's what it looks like inside here. That's the inside of the shop. You're seeing the reflection of like what's over there inside the actual shop that I'm in. Outside, there's nothing. Across the street, there's like houses and stuff. But yeah, I'll post some of those pictures for you. You can check out some of my stuff and be like, damn. But yeah, all I did is draw. That's my advice. That's my advice. Just like, if you ever go anywhere like that, just like stay the hell away from everybody. Mind your own business. Don't fucking like talk to the least amount of people you have to talk to and just draw. And just everyone else can fuck off. Yeah. Everyone else can fuck off and just like mind your own business. And don't talk to anybody. Stay away from everybody as much as you can. Don't let them influence you, because everyone is just crazier than the next person. People will just like be violent. All of a sudden, you never know. Someone could explode and be violent. Just like stay away from everybody. Draw, yeah, and just do your own thing and stay the fuck away from everyone. But all right, man. I'll see you later, okay? Peace. Thanks for listening, press. Bye.